Wish you could've hit follow. Do you think it's all for me? That's how much it's doing. Man, I'm blown away. That's actually really intriguing.
Kive Audio is known for recreating the true sound of sought-after analog gear in the digital space. And today, I'm talking about an absolute beast of a FET-style compressor called
the Complexx 760. And I know this thing looks like a lot when you first open it, so let's just go over the controls one by one. Starting with, it has a very standard input and output for the plugin. We've got a tone knob that simply makes the signal brighter or darker. And then we've got a channel strip. Now, I see that there's two sides here, but really this side is just mirroring this side. They can be controlled independently, but we'll get to that in a minute. So we have a dedicated input into this channel strip. And this channel strip includes an expander or gate via the switch that is right here. And then we have a compressor, and then a limiter. And then on top of that, we have a dedicated output for that channel strip, which then goes into the master output. Now this plugin also boasts Kive's standard form of GUI here, having a gain link, a left and right link, oversampling, and then width and total harmonic distortion. And of course, there's a mix knob. You have to for something like this, of course. You can put your presets here. You can load presets that are already in the plugin. That's really cool. You can also change the size of the GUI. I like 85, but you can also do 140 if you're, one of those people. This plugin operates by default in dual mono mode, which just means that the audio coming in is affected as if it's a mono source, meaning the left side has the same amount of gain reduction as the right side, no matter what's happening independently on those. But you can switch it to stereo linked. So that means that you whatever's happening on the left side is compressed or gated, whatever, independently from the right side. And then you have this really cool mid-side feature where the left side or the left channel here is going to compress or work with only the mid signal, and this side's going to work with the side signal. Now this is a FET style compressor, and I want to key in on a couple of points, starting with the compressor attack settings. There are 3 of them. You have a 25 millisecond, a 2.5 millisecond, and a stupid fast 0.25 millisecond speed. That's awesome. Then we have, of course, like I said before, an expander or gate option that you can select here, or have it off completely if you want to. And then the expander or gate has an attack setting itself. It has 3 of them. It's got a 40 millisecond, a 2 millisecond, and a 0.02 millisecond. That is crazy fast. We have the ability to control both the release independently, so it's not a switch. You can really dial in the release you need, and you also have the range control. This feels like a very standard SSL kind of style dynamic section, but the compressor works the same way. We have a ratio control that goes from 1:1, which is off, a 2:1, all the way to a 20:1. And then it has like a 5:1, 3:1 in between. It's very cool, very versatile amount of ratios. The threshold works based on this low to high. So it's a 0 to -20. And then we have a release. So you have fast, which the fastest is the 25 milliseconds. And then the slowest is 3.2 seconds. That is really, really long. That is a very versatile compressor. Now, one of the coolest things about having this channel strip is having a dedicated input that's independent from the plugin's overall input. That's huge. Not a whole lot of plugins have this, but that makes it so that even if you're hard pushing the audio into this channel strip and you've got your threshold set exactly where you need it, you can then dial very surgically the amount of audio that compression is affecting. And you're going to see me using this input knob quite a bit as I go through how powerful this compressor really is. So this is the sound of my session as is. There's not a whole lot of life going on. It's basically 3 instruments. It's a clean guitar, it's a bass guitar, and it's some drums. The drums are actually pretty quiet relative to the other instruments, but I think they all could use compression, all of them. So I'm gonna start with the drums. All right, this is the default setting for Complexx. So let's hear this on the drums here. great start, honestly. I mean, there's some movement. It does add a lot of weight to the drums, but I think I want a little bit of a harder attack, a little bit of more of an in-your-face feel from these drums. I know that this mix is supposed to represent like what you'd hear in a live setting, so I'm gonna kind of find the happy medium of it's really good and polished, but it's also very dynamic and very huge. So if you look at the gain reduction, I'm hitting about -4, especially when it comes to the snare hit. So check this out. I think that's just a little too much gain reduction for what I'm going for here, but I really do like the way it's hitting, if that makes sense. I love the feel of the attack. I love the feel of the release. I did bump the tone a little bit. So if I start to adjust with this input here, I can tailor how much gain reduction I'm really getting without affecting that threshold. That's kind of important here. So let's hear that. Yeah, that 3-to-1 ratio with that just really backing off on that compression input. That's perfect. I love the way that sounds. I'm gonna do it in context here. All right, not bad. Now I've got a clipper I'm running this into, so I'm gonna turn that clipper off and I'm actually gonna turn on the peak limiter. And I'm not gonna be using the emphasis side because it's drums and I don't need it for that. So here it is all together. Okay, the low end is pumping a little bit from that kick drum because it has a ton of low end. It's purposeful though for the sound of these drums. So I'm gonna high pass this side chain probably to about, oh, I don't know, maybe 100 hertz or so. Maybe a little less. Let's go like 60. Give it a little bit more juice. Nice. All right, now let's move on to the guitar. Now, when I was going through the drums, I'm kind of listening to the guitar as well and how they interact with each other. I really do think the guitar could use a lot more pick attack overall. It's just missing an emphasis on those strings being plucked. I also think I can add a little bit more of an ambient feel with it with a longer release. Now that sounds pretty good. It definitely has a little bit more pick attack to it overall. I'm probably going to boost the highs of the tone knob a little bit, but I also think I'm going to introduce the expander. I think I'm going to make it so that the pick attack is very loud relative to how the notes sustain, but the compressor is going to pull that all back together. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the expander here, and let's just tweak it until we get the sweet spot. gonna do an A-B for this one. Yeah, that has a lot more attack to it. That expander really brought out those hard picks on those strings. I love that sound. I think I really want this compression to nail this bass down a little bit more. I want to smooth out its hard transients with its super soft, subtle sustain. So if you listen to the bass itself, it's a very clean bass sound. So I think I also want to over push something to get some distortion, to get some harmonics. So I'm gonna open the Complexx here, and I know for a fact I'm gonna need a faster attack. I'm probably gonna go 2.5. I don't wanna make it too fast. And then I'm going to turn up the harmonic distortion right here. So I'm gonna turn it up probably about 10. I'll go full, why not? Full send. A little bit more release here. Probably go 6-1 here, or 5-1, I mean. Yeah, let's go with this. Really dime this compressor in. There we go. Turn the limiter. Okay. Gain matched a little bit. And then I'm also going to sidechain this one a little bit, probably everything below 100 hertz. I really don't want the compressor to be blown out in its gain reduction. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I love the way that's sounding. Wow. Okay, the definition of the bass totally disappears the second you turn off the Complexx. Here's without. Now with. Hear how you can hear it? Wow, that's actually really cool. The fact that the harmonic distortion of this brings out that mid-range, but like, you know, without context, you wouldn't notice. Yeah, love that. Love that. All right, now I'm gonna add the Complexx to our master bus here. And for the master bus, I personally am a guy that likes a lot of glue. So I'm actually gonna start with the 5-1. I'll probably back the ratio to 3-1, but let's just start working with it and see what happens. I'm also gonna turn on the oversampling for this to make sure that I'm getting the best quality possible. not bad. I mean, it sounds glued. It also sounds pretty punchy because I've got the very slow attack setting here. I've got a relatively fast, it's kind of slower than I normally like on the release, and it's giving it a lot of bloom, a lot of push, kind of like that. I'm also sidechaining anything below 40 hertz, so it's not overreacting to those things. But get this, I'm actually going to switch from the dual mono to the mid side. All right, and I'm also going to turn off this link here. I'm going to turn off this side linking to this side. Now, whatever I do here is independent over here, and this remains the same. But switching this to the mid side should already instantly make this mix sound way different. Ooh. I actually really like that. Let's do a little less glue on the sides. Let's do a true comparison right here. Wow. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. I think that added like a lot of energy, a lot of live energy to it. You know, it really does make me feel like I'm listening to a live performance, even though it's just mixed that way. This was not a live performance. How cool. How cool. All right, so I have a new session open, and this one has vocals. I'm gonna go ahead and open up Complexx, and I'm gonna start with the lead vocal. Cause you could've hit follow. Do you think it's all for me? It's tough enough to win this solo. Be a part of this and you'll say. I like real in-your-face vocals, so I'm actually gonna just do like the 2.5 millisecond setting. Cause you could've hit follow. Do you think it's all for me? It's tough enough to win this solo. Be a part of this and you'll say. But all right, and now for this one, since there's a lot of S's and P's and, you know, like a lot of plosives and stuff, I'm actually gonna turn on the pre-emphasis for the peak limiter here. Cause you could've hit follow. Do you think it's all for me? It's tough enough to win this solo. Honestly, that was really fast. I think that's great. I'm gonna listen to it in context and kind of adjust the gain a little bit to get it about where it needs to be. Cause you could've hit follow. Do you think it's all for me? It's tough enough to win this solo. Be a part of this and you'll say. But you cause you could've hit follow. Do you think it's all for me? It's tough enough to win this solo. Be a part of this and you'll say. But you cause you could've hit follow. Do you think it's all for me? It's tough enough to win this solo. Be a part of this and you'll say. But you cause you could've hit follow. Do you think it's all for me? It's tough enough to win this solo. Be a part of this
this and you'll say,
Not bad, not bad. Let's hear what this Complexx is doing overall.
cause you could've hit follow. Do you think it's all for me? It's tough enough doing this solo. Be a part of this and you'll say, but you
Damn, that's crazy. That's how much it's doing. Man, I'm blown away. That's actually really intriguing. I know it's not gain matched, but that should show you even more how powerful Complexx is at getting dialed vocals. I mean, that's crazy gain reduction, crazy saturation, but it just works. God, that's great.
What? If you want to learn more about compression types and why they matter, Luke made a video on just that. Now I'm Devin, and I'll catch you in the next video at Kive Audio. You gonna click it? You gonna click the video?